and everything changed in a second. And that's what I want to talk about. Life is short and it's fragile.
Girls, according to reports, Ellen DeGeneres is furious. A beautiful love story after Portia de Rossi evicted her from the house. Things became tense. Portia decided to stop talking to Ellen and take some time off. When Ellen's relationship with Diddy was discovered, things became even worse, and Portia wanted to sever all ties with her. Portia claims she feels betrayed and heartbroken. It's shocking to think that the woman she married has a side like this. What do you think caused their breakup? Should they be able to work things out? Ellen DeGeneres and Portia's romance de Rossi started at a social gathering in Los Angeles in 2000. At the time, Ellen and Portia were both establishing themselves in Hollywood. Ellen was a well-known comedian and talk show host, and Portia was a budding actress best known for Ally McBeal. When they first met, Portia was attracted to Ellen but wasn't out as a lesbian. She had feelings for Ellen but was afraid to act on them. They exchanged kind words and parted ways, but something changed for Portia. They continued to cross paths throughout the years, each encounter full of unspoken feelings. By 2004, they were both single once more, and their attraction was obvious. Ellen, who was more confident and outspoken, took the initiative and gradually began a more in-depth discussion. Breaking down the barriers Portia had erected around herself, Portia felt genuinely safe with someone for the first time, which was a rare experience for her. They started dating shortly after, initially keeping their relationship quiet, but once it became public, it became a potent symbol of love, bravery, and genuineness in the LGBT+ community. With the launch of her Ellen DeGeneres show in 2003, Ellen, who had encountered a great deal of criticism when she came out in the late 1990s, was suddenly a popular talk show host, and her career was taking off. In the meantime, Portia was becoming well known for her part in Arrested Development, and as they grew more at ease disclosing their connection to the public, their bond only seemed to get closer. On her show, Ellen frequently discussed Portia and publicly expressed her admiration for it. They were inseparable by 2005. Their mutual love of animals, philanthropy, and desire to change the world made them seem like the ideal match. Portia, who came out publicly around the same time they began dating, found Ellen's unwavering confidence and positivity to be immensely inspiring. She frequently referred to Ellen as her best friend and soulmate. Portia's more reserved and reflective personality was counterbalanced by Ellen's wit and humor. They were frequently spotted holding hands, laughing together, and exchanging affectionate looks at red carpet events. In 2008, they were a beloved pair and a beacon of hope for many in the LGBT+ community. Marriage and significant events when the California Supreme Court struck down the law prohibiting same-sex unions in addition to being a huge political statement, Ellen and Portia's decision to jump in was a personal milestone. They were ecstatic about the opportunity to have their love officially acknowledged. Overwhelmed with passion, Ellen proposed to Portia at their Los Angeles home and gave her a gorgeous 3-carat pink diamond ring. The day was full of love and joy, and Portia captured it perfectly. "There's a smile on my face, a spring in my step, and a ring on my finger, and that's it." Ellen and Portia both wore Zach poses and gowns. Portia said yes immediately. Their wedding took place on August 16, 2008, at their Beverly Hills home, and it was a lovely, intimate ceremony attended by close friends and family. Portia wore a flowing dress, while Ellen chose a white pantsuit. The pair exchanged handwritten vows full of promises of friendship, support, and love. It was a momentous event for them, as well as for many people who looked up to them as role models worldwide.
That's just rumor.
No, it's just one big rumor that doesn't seem to go away. But and at this point, I feel like I'm disappointing the whole of America, not just my mother.
You really are.
It's true. It's like, the tabloids are at me, my mother's at me. I just
Well, children are very expensive.
They are.
So That's something to think about before you jump into it.
Their union was the first step in difficulties begin of a new chapter in their lives. They continued to support each other in their respective careers while also taking on joint projects, particularly those focused on humanitarian and animal rights causes in public. They were often seen sharing affectionate moments, laughing together, and showing genuine admiration for each other. Their love story was for a time considered one of the most stable and beautiful in Hollywood. However, like any relationship, Ellen and Portia's marriage faced challenges. The pressures of Hollywood public scrutiny and their demanding schedules began to take a toll. Around 2014, rumors of a rift started making headlines, fueled by Ellen's high-profile persona as a talk show host and Portia's struggle to carve out her own identity in Ellen's shadow. Despite being a talented actress, Portia often felt defined by her marriage rather than her own accomplishments. This created an identity crisis that led to friction between them. On top of that, Portia was grappling with personal battles, including a long struggle with eating disorders and feelings of inadequacy.
Living with anorexia and bulimia is hell. But chronic dieting is also hell. Living your entire life never feeling good enough about your body, never always feeling like if you weighed a little less, somehow you'd be happier, your life would be better, is a horrible way to live. And it's a very short step from a full-blown eating disorder. But really the only way I recovered from my eating disorder and from chronic dieting was to never, ever restrict any kind of food, not even portion size. And that really is the only way that food loses its power over you. If you can have something every day as much as you want, you tend not to want it as much.
These problems strained their relationship, making it difficult for both of them in the interim. Personal struggles. Ellen's career was taking up more of her time and energy as her show gained popularity. Her brand of humor, kindness, and advocacy for positive change was resonating globally, but the image of Ellen, the entertainer, contrasted with the reality at home, where Portia frequently felt alone and isolated due to her busy schedule. In 2018, Ellen thought about ending her talk show because she was tired of being expected to always be kind and happy. The industry supported this idea in the hopes that it would give them a chance to reconnect away from the spotlight, but Ellen ultimately decided to renew her contract, perhaps indicating that her career came first. Personal anxieties and the tremendous pressure from their public life led to a developing rift. The 2020 pandemic only exacerbated the situation when Ellen, the media's attention grew as the pandemic pressure was accused of creating a hazardous workplace. Portia supported her in public during this difficult period, but behind the scenes, the stress was getting to them. They started fighting more frequently, and Ellen's need to maintain her public persona filtered into their personal lives, creating even more conflict. By late 2021, Portia felt more and more neglected as Ellen's unrelenting focus on her career overshadowed her own needs. The couple had tried therapy and reconciliation, understanding the importance of their relationship to both them and their fans, but some wounds were too deep, and Portia frequently felt ignored and unfulfilled in her desire for a more relaxed and genuine life. Ellen continued to be preoccupied with her demanding career, and eventually their marriage could not handle the strain. Ellen once referred to Portia as the most significant person in her life, and Portia said she would always love Ellen after thinking back on their wonderful times together. They both realized that, even though their marriage didn't end happily, it was still a significant aspect of their lives. What actually transpired when reflection and conclusion? Does Portia's decision to fire Ellen mark the end of their collaboration or the beginning of something new? Post your ideas in the Share Your Thoughts section. The comments, and remember to sign up for Celeb Talks to get more fascinating tales and behind-the-scenes looks.